Who's better? Does this mean that that you consider him a better a better hockey player than Gretzky, or
No.
because a lot now you're talking generations apart now. So you wonder, the questions that are being raised are, one, is he just as good, if not better? Would Gretzky have done it now? Would Ovechkin have been able to do it then? What say you, Mr. Peanut?
No, I think Gretzky was better, Chris. I think Gretzky was a better all-around player. I think Ovechkin, he's a good goal scorer, but Gretzky, Chris, had more assists, I believe. Gretzky played in a more wide-open game than Ovechkin. Ovechkin, Chris, gets a lot of his goals from like how he scored the goal to break the record. He'll score from the slot, from the wing. Like Gretzky was all over the ice, I thought, Chris. He was a different type of a player and goal scorer than Ovechkin. Yeah. Me personally, if you watch the two and you watch the tape on both of them, Gretzky was the better overall hockey player. I'm not, overall, he was a better hockey player.
This to me is like the LeBron Jordan argument.
Yes. Yeah.
And not even really, but there's no question in my mind that Jordan was the best ever. There's no question in my mind that Gretzky is the best hockey player that ever lived.
Yeah.
There is no doubt, no question, end of story, period. I think you'd be hard pressed to find someone to argue against that. But the more interesting question is, could it have been done? Like, if you pull Gretzky into this era, into this game today, because it's interesting, because you look at it and you say, well, what's the goaltending like today?
I don't think it's as good. I don't think it's as good, Chris.
See, here's the thing. I think it is. I think it's as good, if not better, because I think there's more good ones than before.
Okay. All right. I'll take that. I'll take that. That's fair. There's more good ones, but I think there was the elite goalies.
Yeah.
There were more back in those days. You had Kenny
the Grant Fuhrs and the
you had those guys. You had those types of guys, right? But overall, yeah, there may be more better goaltenders now, top to bottom. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Now, what I will say to you is the goaltending today, the equipment. Now, if you look at the equipment today, well, first of all, the goalies are bigger now. They're just a bigger human that's there. If you look back and you look at the size of some of these goaltenders back then in the 80s,
the transition, Chris, the goalies and the size of goalies kind of transitioned. It transitioned with Patrick Waugh, right? Waugh was a monster, and he was the first guy that kind of fit this modern mold. But he played when Gretzky played too.
Yeah. And so you look at the size of these guys now, and you look at the equipment and the technology and surrounding the equipment. This stuff's bigger. I mean, these pads and these, I know there's regulations on things, but
I'm glad you brought up the equipment though, Chris. That also makes the puck come off the stick faster. Gretzky didn't have the stick technology that these guys have now either.
Right. So, I mean, you can argue, you can go back and forth and say, well, if you stuck Ovechkin back then, look at the size of that guy. Like the Ovechkin size, speed, you're hard pressed to find guys back then that were like this.